Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. Now guys, if you've been following the NFL news cycle lately, you already know that the league is buzzing with rumors, trade talks, and strategic moves that could reshape the landscape of the AFC North, and more specifically, the future of our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. And today, I want to dive deep into one of the hottest topics, the potential trade involving Jonnu Smith, the talented tight end who, as you well know, has been turning heads across the league with his versatility, his catching ability, and his overall athleticism. This isn't just a rumor floating around, it's a story that could have serious implications for the Steelers' roster and their championship ambitions this season. So let's start by setting the scene. Jonnu Smith, he's a guy who's been in the league for a few years now, but he's still relatively young, just in his late 20s, and he's shown flashes of brilliance when given the opportunity. Coming out of Tennessee, he was heralded as a matchup nightmare, speed, agility, and a knack for making tough catches in traffic. Since joining the Patriots, he's had his moments, but consistency has been an issue, and that's probably why he's become a hot commodity in trade talks. Teams see him as a weapon who can stretch the field and create mismatches, and the Steelers, always looking to improve their offensive weapons, are reportedly interested. But what's really stirring the pot right now is the speculation that Jonnu might be heading to another team, possibly in exchange for assets that could help the Steelers in other areas. And interestingly enough, there's talk that with this move, Connor Heyward, the promising young running back and hybrid offensive weapon, might lose his spot on the roster. Now, Heyward, who's been carving out a niche as a versatile backup, has been a fan favorite, especially with his physical style and his ability to contribute both in the running game and as a receiver. His development over the past year has been promising, and many fans see him as a future cornerstone. But if this trade goes through, it could mean that Heyward's role will be diminished or even eliminated, which speaks volumes about the aggressive approach the Steelers are taking to reshape their roster. Let's remember, folks, that the Steelers have always been a team that values smart, strategic moves. They're not just looking for talent, they're looking for fit, for players who can step in and make an immediate impact, especially in a division as competitive as the AFC North. The Ravens, Bengals, and Browns have all been making moves, and Pittsburgh knows they can't afford to stay static. Acquiring a player like Jonnu Smith could give them that extra spark on offense, especially in red zone situations where his size and athleticism can be real game changers. Now, talking about the impact on the team's strategy, this potential trade signifies a few things. First, it shows a willingness from the Steelers' front office to be aggressive in the market, to make bold moves that might ruffle some feathers but could ultimately pay off. Second, it highlights the team's desire to add more explosive playmakers on offense, especially with the questions surrounding their passing game last season. Kenny Pickett, our quarterback, showed flashes of brilliance, but he needs more weapons, more reliable targets, and Jonnu Smith could be part of that equation. His ability to line up in multiple positions, to block, and to catch in tight windows makes him a valuable asset, and if he joins Pittsburgh, he could significantly boost the offensive schemes. But let's not forget the flip side. The trade rumors also raise questions about the team's depth and future planning. Connor Heyward has shown a lot of promise, and cutting or trading him might seem like a loss of potential, especially considering how much he's been developing. It's a classic case of the NFL's ruthless business side. Sometimes a player's future with a team is decided by strategic moves rather than on-field performance. The Steelers have a rich history of turning over rosters, sometimes sacrificing young talent to chase bigger, immediate gains. That's what makes this story so intriguing. How will the team balance the present with the future? Will they prioritize proven talent like Jonnu Smith, or will they give more chances to promising young guys like Heyward? Now, let's take a moment here and reflect on the bigger picture. The Steelers, under Mike Tomlin's leadership, have always been a team that adapts, that finds ways to stay competitive regardless of the circumstances. They've built a culture of resilience, of grit, of never giving up, something that's ingrained in the very DNA of the franchise. But in this modern NFL era, that resilience must be complemented by shrewd roster moves and market awareness. The potential trade involving Jonnu Smith is a clear sign that the Steelers are looking to shake things up, to add a dimension of unpredictability to their offense, and to position themselves as serious contenders once again. And talking about the division rivals, this move could have ripple effects across AFC North. Imagine the Browns bolstering their defense, the Bengals continuing to develop their young core, and the Ravens making strategic signings. Adding Jonnu Smith to the Steelers, Arsenal would be a punch in the gut for their divisional opponents. It would add that extra layer of complexity, forcing defenses to account for a tight end with Smith's skill set, something that could open up opportunities for other receivers and running backs. But of course, it's all speculation until it's official. The NFL offseason is full of these rumors, and most of the time, they don't materialize. Still, the interest from the Steelers' side is real, and it shows how committed the organization is to making moves that could lead to a Super Bowl push. Pittsburgh has a proud history of strategic trades. Think of the moves they've made in past years, always aiming for that perfect combination of veteran experience and youthful talent. This potential deal, if it happens, would continue that tradition, signaling that they're not satisfied with just being playoff contenders. They want to be champions again. And let's talk about the fans for a moment, because honestly, this is what really makes the NFL special. The anticipation, the debates in the forums, the endless discussions on social media, all revolving around what these moves mean for the team's future. Steelers fans are passionate, fiercely loyal, and always eager to see their team rise to the challenge. They've seen the highs and lows over the decades, Super Bowl victories, tough seasons, rebuilds, and they know that every offseason, every trade, every signing can be the difference between another shot at glory or another year of frustration. The potential trade involving Jonnu Smith is no different. It's a story that captures the essence of what makes football so captivating: the constant quest for excellence, the strategic chess match behind closed doors, and the hope that every new addition can be the piece that finally brings that elusive Lombardi trophy back to Pittsburgh. The dynamics of this move also highlight the importance of roster flexibility, of being able to adapt to injuries, game plans, and the evolving style of play that NFL defenses are constantly trying to counter. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, the Steelers' front office is undoubtedly weighing their options, considering how best to utilize their cap space, their draft picks, and their current roster to stay competitive. The addition of a player like Jonnu Smith could also influence their draft strategy. Perhaps they'll look to bolster other positions, or maybe they'll focus on developing their young talent, knowing they have a reliable veteran in Smith to anchor the tight end position. Now I want to emphasize that the NFL offseason is a roller coaster. Every day brings new rumors, new signings, and new surprises. That's part of what makes following this league so exhilarating. For Steelers fans, every move is a sign of hope, a signal that the team is serious about competing at the highest level. And as the rumor mill heats up around Jonnu Smith, the question is, will this trade become a reality? Will Pittsburgh add an explosive piece to their offense, and at what cost? Will they sacrifice a promising young player like Connor Hayward for a proven commodity? These are the questions that keep us all glued to the screens, refreshing social media feeds, and speculating about the future. One thing's for sure, the Steelers are always in the thick of things when it comes to roster transactions. They've built a reputation for being smart, disciplined, and never afraid to make bold moves when the moment calls for it. That's what makes this story so compelling, because it's not just about one player or one trade. It's about the direction of the franchise, about their quest for ring number 7, about their legacy in the NFL. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Jonnu Smith would be the perfect piece to complete their offense? Or do you believe that losing Connor Hayward would be a mistake? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters, not just to us here at the channel, but to the entire Steelers community. We're all in this together, sharing the passion, the hopes, and the dreams of bringing that Super Bowl trophy back to the Steel City. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more insider information on everything Steelers related. So stay tuned, keep that passion alive, And let's continue to support our team through every twist and turn of this exciting offseason. The future is bright, and with moves like these, the Steelers might just be setting the stage for another unforgettable chapter in their storied history. Thanks for joining me today, and as always, go Steelers. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.